Is it justice or is it? There are a lot of people who catch a charge but don't get a charge, and they run from what they so claim under laws that everybody else are held accountable for, but they're not. Charles Ryan in Arizona is another case of that. Uh-huh. They reduced his charge down to, which is pretty much like a misdemeanor because he won't serve no time. Even if he do, he'll probably get probation for it. But it's a shame that you got all these other folks up out here in jail, mass incarceration, which we all know, prison for profit, which we all know. We all know the details of everything that's going on. My thing is this: is why is it taking so long? Why are we still holding back? Why are we still waiting on the system to make right of a wrong? A wrong that they made it that way. They made it that way. They changed up the laws, and I promise you, it's not really complex. But when you try to put it in the proper text, they switch it around and say it means something else. So therefore, you be like, unless you a lawyer, you got connection with these people, like the judge, the prosecutor, because they know who to mess with and who not to. You know, they know who they can slide it on by. Sometimes I think when you get a lawyer, you gotta be careful who that lawyer is because you don't know who we know. So therefore, he gonna do half of the job. He ain't gonna do all of the job. Same way as in the case of Bohan. Is it justice or is it just me? Bohan was the lawyer for Christopher Handy. Bohan, Christopher Handy said, well, he did all he could. But Christopher Handy also said that, man, I'm done. He told his mama, he said, man, he said, mama, if you don't give me another lawyer, man, I'm going to jail. Even though I did not do this. I did not do it as they say I did. Yes, I did stop my car abruptly. Yes, I did get out of my car. But based on the fact that I truly thought I had hit this man, what's the only reason why I stopped the car? Not because I heard this drunk person scream. They say he said slow the fuck down. Never heard it. With the music being so loud and witness that know Chris, when we have asked the people that knows him, that has rode with him, and has whom Halsey came up to. How does he ride? How does he play his music? Everyone will say extremely loud. Well, nigga gotta tell him, I ain't turning this mess down. Hold the cops pull us over for shoot. I think it's a law against that. I don't know. It used to be in Memphis, Tennessee, that you come play your music loud because it was disrupting the neighborhood or whatever. But the point of the matter is this: the man said that he stopped his car because he thought out of his peripheral vision, he thought he had hit the guy. Many of the state witnesses said they too thought he had hit the guy. They want to charge him based on intent. They want to say that he stopped that car because this drunk guy with .281, I think, alcohol level screamed so loud above loud bass music, which Tracy Baxter said that was what drew her attention to get up out of her seat to come to her window because she heard the loud music. And she said she knew it was somebody that did not belong in the neighborhood. See, yeah, this one of them type of neighborhoods, yeah, which I can understand, but you gotta wait till I get to the end of my story to tell you basically on that too, what that means what she said, I knew it was somebody that didn't belong over here. But anyway, back to my point. Um, Mr. Handy said that he didn't hear the man scream. And guess what? The transcript also shows that the state witness said that when the man get drunk, and remember what I said now, 0.281 alcohol level past the point of intoxication, past the point of full comprehension, according to what medical doctors say. But anyway, again, back to the point. The state witnesses say that man, when he get that drunk, can barely be heard. They say he mumbles his words. They say sometimes you got to get close enough to hear him. It's kind of strange. Because Mr. Handler said he did not hear him. Mr. Handler stated in his testimony, I did not hear that man. I looked out my perpetual vision and assumed that I had hit that guy. So of course, who wouldn't stop a brother? Who wouldn't? I challenge anybody that's on this panel to ask yourself, if you thought you hit somebody, would you not stop? Would you be the inhumane that, oh, I'm not the type of person. If I thought I did wrong, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna check it out. They're gonna be fucked up. I don't know. Can't tell you what's happened, like what might happen afterwards, but I can tell you about them now. I can tell you about what went through my mind. I can tell you about all the things that happened at night. But according to the witness, they made their own little statement, even though their first testimony was different than what they said when they got to trial, which is kind of strange. Which isn't strange, because we all know that it was rehearsed, coerced. I know in the case of Hope, when you read her transcript, in the beginning, it was shown that she said 3 times to the officer, she did not see anything. She said it was dark. Hope's statement said it was dark. She did not see anything. All these other witnesses want to say they saw something. Mm-mm. That's not the case. They might have heard something, but they didn't see it. Not according to what they said. And their testimony is different from what they said in their transcript, which was their original mind frame. Because 9 times out of 10, your mind is fresh when the encounter first happened. Now, if you wait so many days or so many months after that fact, then yeah, your mind gonna change. Your mind gonna change. Sometimes it goes from changing it to what you want it to be, and what the prosecutor wanted to be too. And that's what he portrayed. That's what he did. I mean, it's plain and everything. It's in the transcript. It's in the whole case file. Folks want to look at it and say wrongful conviction is about DNA, this, that, and it's about a person that hadn't committed a crime. A lot of people won't look at Chris' case because they say he's guilty. They say he's guilty at least of aggravated assault. But I beg to disagree based on this one fact. You gotta look at it. See, the law says that the charges he are convicted of is based on intent. It's based on malicious intent. It's based on the fact of laws which says that he had no right. But if you look at the whole case and put it into perspective, he had every right to, first of all, stop the car abruptly. He had every right to get out that car and proceed. Now, in the midst of him getting out the car, there was a chain of events that happened upon him getting out the car. His intent when he got up, his intent when he got out of the car, or when he stopped the car abruptly and attempted to get out of the car, was based on the fact that he thought he had hit somebody too. It was not based on the fact that somebody said something to him, somebody screamed at him. It was not based on the fact that it was road rage. It was not based on none of those facts. And see, I ain't got time to cite case law. I only got time to show you and to point out the fact of the matter. So let's keep on rolling with this script. Okay. Upon getting out the car, the man had already came up to him. Now they changed the story. They changed the story. First they said he was running up to him. And then they said he took a couple of steps and he just stopped. But if you go deeper into the transcript, you see that wasn't the case. And then if you go a lot deeper into the so-called victim who is Winner, you will see where this man had an intent in his mind when he came up to the guy. Yeah, the car almost did hit him. I don't know if he screamed or not. I only know what the state witness said, and they said that his voice cannot be heard above a certain level. And in order to hear him, you got to get real close because he mumbled. That's the first fact. So since the state want to say that I heard him and I stopped based on roadway, the evidence does not show that. Also, they said that I pointed a gun at his head. The state witnesses said that my gun was held out shoulder length. Shoulder length, according to my height and according to the victim height, shoulder length would have been above his head, which means that I had no intent to harm him. Only thing I wanted him to do was what I told him to do the first time. Get the fuck back. You can't say that my words are aggressive when his mind came at me aggressively. This mind came up to me. I told him. They even said I pushed him. I pushed him twice. The testimony changed and they said I jumped out the car with the gun in my hand. And I started acting aggressive. But their transcript and and even in their testimony said something different. They said my gun came out after the fact. After the fact now, listen to this. After the fact that I had pushed him, after the fact that I had told him, man, get the fuck back, man. You don't know me like that. That's aggressive. No, that's nigga trying to get you off of me. You own me. Why would I say that? Why would a person say those words? Why would a person? Basically, you might call what you might say the previous situations like talking like what? Hey, can you please not run up on me like that? Hey, can you please not do that? No. That don't work. That don't work for black people. That don't work for people who got post-traumatic stress disorder. That don't work for people who have been in some trauma situation where people have came up on them and done. Make them some. You know, I'm a person with a gun on my side. Just because you feel like I'm tall and bigger than you, don't mean that you can't take me down. I got a cousin named Greg. He had a brother named Frankie. Named Frankie was big, muscle, strong, shoe. He wasn't no match for Greg. Man, Greg could take a tall man down. He could be a giant. That's just how much strength that short guy had. He had a lot of strength. Let's try it. My Sandy didn't know that guy. Miss Handy didn't even know what was going on. The guy came up to him and he knew that, hey, change of change of event changed over. But does that give the court the right to give him 16 years in jail? And then want to defamate his character and say that this man got shot? Well, let me tell you something. Unless that bullet ricocheted off of something, ain't no so and so way. That boy got shot. What was he at? Let me see. He was facing it. And he got shot on the left side. I can't think about it. Let me see. I'm facing. If I'm right handed, your wound would have been on your left side and not on your right side. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So the wound ended up on the opposite side of his head. If you look at the picture, you'll see the pavement where ain't no we believe. We know he fell down and some skin scraped off his thing. But they want to say that's Mr. Handy fault too. But no, the nigga was drunk. The dude was drunk for real. And also, let me get to the point where I was remembering where I was talking about Tracy Baxter had said when she heard the loud music, she said that she knew that it was somebody that didn't belong in the neighborhood. Okay, that's cool. And also, it wasn't pointed out, but Joe Winter said the who's supposed to be the victim that supposedly got shot with a kind of gun that boy has. That's a Glock, 9 millimeter Glock. No, it's something, but I know all you with hollow point bullets. I don't know. I have to look at the case again. Might be 45. I don't know. But anyway, I know it has enough power that if you shoot it with a hollow point bullet, it's gonna blow your head out. It's gonna leave a chunk in your head. It didn't leave a chunk up in this guy's head. And in fact, the doctor that examined his wound only had to bandage and wash it, rinse it out. You know, they have to rinse your wound out anyway to see if there's underlying anything. She so claims she took an X-ray and she so claims she took an X-ray and it shows that it was a through and through, and that the bullet went up under his skin and it was a graze wound. Through and through and graze wound. I don't know. That don't sound right. How can you graze it and then be a through and through at the same time? Now, I don't care how many years she had. She's a 20-year trauma, which the prosecutor wanted to point out that she had more experience than the expert witness Bohan got, which is crazy. But throughout this trial, I can really show you the racial disparity of it. I can show you the denial of due process. I can show you throughout, even through the appeal process, that where he didn't have a chance. Because as his lawyer, Jessica Zachary, said at the end of the trial, she told Mr. Handy that she didn't, she didn't, she said she did not, she thought it was guilty. That's what she said. Until she read the whole thing. Until she read the transcript. So she too did not give him fair representation. She too know that this is bogus. I try to call him Miss Sandy behalf, but she won't talk to me. She keeps saying she want to help, but she won't do nothing. I told her Miss Sandy was going to proceed, that this is real complex for him. And I told her that Mr. Handy had requested that she do a video call when she do or whatever, you know, the lawyer thing with him. And she still has to reply. I don't know what she's up, what she's doing, you know, or is she trying to get up into his head so she can know which way he's going, so that she can go back and be a snitch and tell the next folks, you know, the district attorney, whomever the prosecutor. Because like I said, it's messed up that you'll say that you thought that he was guilty, and so therefore you failed to represent him properly. I'm on live. I gotta finish this. I'll call you right back. What's up? You gonna have I got myself in trouble. I might because the dude talking I'll call you back. I'm on live. I'll call you back. Sorry about that. Okay, back to what I was saying. We must challenge the disparity that's going on. Excuse me. That's going on in the criminal justice system. At this moment, I'm fighting against Arizona. And Court City, who builds the prison or who manages the prison system. I'm challenging the things that they are supposed to be doing. I'm challenging the dehumanization of it all because, like I said, when you look at the numbers, and even with just the wrongful registry, the wrongful conviction registry, that's a national thing. You see all these lists of names. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. And to no longer to say that we cannot hold these judges, these prosecutors, and these fake witnesses that come to testify against people and take away their livelihood and their freedom on the right to live without chains and bondage. It's wrong. It's wrong, and it must be stopped today. We can't keep on waiting. Like I said, I talk to Mr. Handy a lot, and he tells me some things that I promise you, it makes my heart just hurt because why does a person have to spend this long in a prison, in a cage? Where's the correction in all of this? Where is the correction? There's not, because guess what? It wasn't designed for to be corrected. It was designed for to make money. It was designed for property. It was designed for human trafficking. And that's what's going on in the prison today. That's what's going on in the criminal justice system. The folks know it, the lawyers know it, the prosecutor know it, and it's all a claim. It's all a claim, and they all in it together. And like I said, ain't nobody gonna give you your freedom. You got to take your freedom back. You got to take it back. I ain't never give respect until I demanded my respect. And therefore everybody knew. Can't disrespect her. You can't come at her any kind of way. If you do, yeah. I was ready to fight. But I'm at an age now where I don't have to fight for nothing. I can stand for what I know I have a right to have. And I'm standing up today and I'm asking everybody that listening to me, if you don't do no more than put your name on my petition. I do all the footwork. I just need you to stand by me. I just need you to say, hey, this ain't right. And no longer will we tolerate it. That's all I'm saying. And let's do it with action. Not just talk about it, but let's do it with some action. Because see, it's time out for talking. I ain't gonna be out on the TV talking about he's standing for until we get justice for all. Then I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, man. I called you about an issue. You didn't even reply back. You told me you couldn't help. What you mean? Let me tell you something. Nobody's left behind. Like they said, like they had the law about no kids left behind. Where no wrongful convict should be left behind. You should take the time out to listen. You should take the time out to do a little bit more. You should, especially if you're going to stand behind what you put in your philosophy. Oh, yes, I expect for you to do what you say you're going to do. Yeah, I will be right here again. In a minute, I might be up in your face because I'm getting tired of folks being on TV for the nation to see, but I don't see them going nowhere to correct the problem when they know what the problem is, and it's just like a roach. You need an exterminator. So therefore, you get the right extermination. You get the right chemical to exterminate the roaches. The criminal justice system is a roach that needs to be stepped on. It needs to be exterminated, and it needs to be swept up and swept and put in the garbage as trash. Coming to you today, telling God, if I gotta be the only one, another Martin Luther King to do it myself, then it just gotta be what it is. If I gotta die speaking for somebody else's life, it still bothers me so much about Kevin Strickland. It still bothers me so much that we let politics take control of that man's life. It still bothers me the day that governor would not have released that man, Kevin Strickland. Remember his name. Remember how the governor took all of that power that the folks, that we too. Because I feel like I didn't stand up. I didn't do more. I wrote him a letter, but it wasn't enough. I should have stayed on his butt. But that man held that governor held that man in that prison long enough to break him down. He hadn't broken him down completely, but he broke him down when he kept him there much longer than it should have been. And he broke him down, or he tried to break him down. When he knew that man's mama was dying, he could have sent that man home. If it was just with an ankle bracelet, he could have sent that man home to be with his dying mama. The one thing that pissed me off about that judge, that governor, and the one thing that I hope to God that he paid for the pain he caused that mama. Because I can guarantee you, me being a mama with a child in jail, I would not want to leave this life without seeing my child before I die. That was my grandmama wish for my nephew. She just wanted to see Kevin. She died before she could. I can understand that pain. I can understand how I felt. I know the feeling too. But that is my one thing that I know that we must do. We must not let these government officials keep getting away with doing whatever the hell they want to do. If y'all folks want to sit up here and promote voting, and you want to tell a person to get out there and vote, well, then show them how their boards count. Show them how we make these folks be held accountable to stand up for the rights that we have or what we elected them into. They are not the power. We give them the power to speak for us. We ain't the bosses. We are the boss. And therefore, we must be in their face in order to change what needs to get changed. In order to have a difference. It's time out, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to keep promoting these videos. I'm going to keep getting on here saying what needs to be said. And if I can't do number three, I can't do nothing else. I'm going to bring nationwide attention to this. And the one thing I can promise you is this. I'm going to take the handkerchief off the eyes of justice. That has bothered me ever since I got grown. And I was a child in Memphis. And I went outside. Had just got out of court. And the court wasn't fair. But when I got outside, now I think it was when I was walking up the courthouse stairs. Yeah, that was when I was walking up the stairs. And I saw the handkerchief on the eyes of justice. And once I got inside the courthouse, man, I'm going to tell you something. I realized the depth of that meaning and why the handkerchief was around justice's eyes. I tell you what, being crunk, if you don't do nothing else, take the handkerchief out the eyes of your. Then you might can make your statement work. You might can have what you say you want and what you won't leave behind. You might can get it done. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And yeah, you and I are shopping, man. I don't know what to say about you. But right now, I ain't too pleased. I don't know about God, but I ain't too pleased. Peace out, folks. I will continue this, like I said. Human trafficking is being done. And check out the amount of money that they get in prison. Check out the amount of money for one head, which they don't even put that into education. They don't put that into child care. They don't even put that into living wages. So that alone should tell you something. It ain't about the prison to a certain degree. It's also about you. Because what I just said, you need to pay attention to it. And you need to recognize how this shit is affecting you too. How they ain't just having slavery in prison. They enslaving you too. They taking away from you too. And I don't know about you, but I know one thing. Ain't no incentive out here when they misdirecting and directing the money toward another way. And like I say, you see it. Come back to what I said. Check out the amount of money that they spent on a prison bid. And when you check it out, dang, he gonna say, dang, not dang. If they got that much for a prison, then why in the hell isn't the governor spend that much damn money on me for the same amount? Peace out, I'm out of here. I can't say no more. Well, I can, but I'll save for the next episode. You be good. Keep in mind what I said, and let's make a change. For real. Let's change this stuff, man. Let's get these folks who keep saying that they tired of the system, they tired of this, they tired of abuse of the police and everything. Let's get it together where we stop the chain of abuse. From where it come from, you gotta get to the root of it. You gotta dig up the plant. And you gotta replant it. That's all I gotta say. Y'all have a good night. Peace out. I'm Mr. Night.